We're in vertical. Oh well. I guess we're just going to run with vertical this time. Because I'm not going to mess with changing it again. If anybody wants to chat, hopefully they'll still be able to. This peeler makes good short work of the eggs, so. Welcome in, Blind. Hello, Lynn. Trying to get some eggs peeled up today. I was going to go to vertical, but I figured I didn't want to mess with it. I mean, I was going to go to horizontal. But I figured since I'm peeling eggs, I really won't be able to see chat that well, so. But it'll be good enough for everyone else. Do I feed their shells back to them? Yeah, I do, Lynn. I dry them out and I grind them up in the blender, and I add it back to their feed. Man, when I was peeling these things by hand, it took so long to get them peeled. It was insane. Hey, Jack off, Jack. Good to see ya. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, Kathy. This peeler actually came from Jenny Jones. I should have shook these eggs up a little harder. So the shells were busted up a little better. Yeah, they are good to eat. They are definitely good to eat. In the future, we'll do one with a plucker. We'll do a couple quail. Getting them ready for market. Hey, Leslie, welcome in. Yeah, unfortunately, Leslie, this time it's in vertical, not horizontal. So I was gonna go back and change it, and then I said I won't really be involved in chat that much, so I just left it in vertical. You had bird dogs that yapped all the day long. Sweet. Oh, Leslie, it's definitely way more fun than peeling these things by hand. Man, peeling these things by hand, it sucks. This peeler makes such short work of it. I'll let her know, Lynn. She hasn't been up and around very much. She wrote a couple things on the tube, replied to a couple comments, but that's about it. I just put a bunch of quail in this other incubator. Due date sometime in March. I don't remember exactly what day it is. I really should have shook these eggs better. A lot of these shells aren't cracked up good enough for this to grab it. That's my mess up, not the peelers. I should put some water on here too, but should have got something to put the eggshells in too. That would have been helpful. Hey Leslie, welcome in. Thanks for dropping by. Hello Piper. Thanks for dropping in. There's a whole lot of eggs to do today. Like way too many. How much does a peeler cost? I think they're like 70 bucks, something like that. I don't know. They got them on Amazon blind. Be really nice if they worked on chicken eggs, farm fresh chicken eggs. Still haven't found anything that works as good to peel farm fresh chicken eggs right under the chicken than pressure cooking them. Oh, I tore that one up. I should take these things and shake them again. I just might do that. I'm running into a bunch that the shells aren't fractured on. You're hungry, sunfish? 5 minutes blind. 5 minutes in the pressure cooker and they're done. They say 3 minutes, but I go 5 because I do like between 144 and 190 each time I pressure cook them. Peeling quail eggs without one of these peelers is a long, tedious job. It took me hours to do just not very many of them. I ended up tearing my fingernail off. It was crazy. Do I compost the shells? No. What I do, I dry them out, sunfish, and then I grind them in the grinder and feed them back to the birds. I do that with the chicken eggs too. I take their shells and recycle them. Saves me from having to buy oyster shell all the time. Should have got something to put these eggshells in, but I didn't. See if I can find something for them shells. Man, there's so many of these things to do, not even funny. When I pickle them blind, I do two recipes. One I do is bread and butter, and the other one I do is jalapeno. But I do not eat the jalapenos, man. I just do those for other people. Tore that one up. I damaged some of these eggs because there's so many in here. I shook them a little too hard, and some of the eggs broke the other eggs, actually smashed them to pieces. I have to empty this bowl pretty soon, it looks like. Oh, that's a big egg. We're eating that one. The really big eggs that come out that aren't from the white quail usually are double yolkers. The ones from the white quail are that big and they're just single yolk. That white quail produces a really large egg. Still got a coop chickens up. I didn't even get that shell all the way off. I better pay better attention. Alright, let me go dump these off and get a new bowl. Hey Jason, welcome in. Nothing, Hag. I'm live streaming peeling eggs. Oh, broke that one. Add a little water to this thing. Looks like a smaller coffee container would fit under there. Yeah, probably blind, but it's easier just to clean up the mess this way than try and collect it. Yeah, Jason, they're boiled. If they weren't boiled, this would be one hell of a mess. Put a little pressure on them and get them, once they get started to peel, they do a pretty good job. Peeler's like magic. Yeah, Jason, this would be horrible without this peeler. It's a very tedious, mind-numbing job. You're paying someone so you can work for them? That's insane, dude. Get yourself a couple chickens or some quail. That'll give you something to do, and you'll get eggs in return. You can have chickens anywhere, so usually the only restrictions are on roosters, and worst case scenario, you can always hide a rooster by putting a no-crow collar on them. So can't get your stuff in an apartment? Yeah, okay, you got a point there. Got a point there. Would be difficult in an apartment. They have fits about cats and dogs, let alone livestock. Man, I smashed the crap out of a bunch of these eggs. I got a little too rough with them. I'll have to watch that in the future. Man, that peeler is like a miracle. Hey, Bouncer, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Whoa. That wasn't good. I almost dropped the whole bucket of eggs. I hate vertical mode, it sucks. Well, this should be over pretty soon. Oh, Jason, I got more than enough to do. At least I'll never die of boredom. I have a bunch of quail cages I still have to make. Hey, Lee Sung Soon, good to see you again. I missed a little bit on this one. I beat that egg to death. Alright, I'm never doing that many eggs again. Over 500 eggs at a time is too much. Because when you shake them up, it ends up destroying the ones at the bottom. I got some in here that are pretty smashed up. Like this one. Looks like this stupid horizontal chat froze again. Hey Oklahoma, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Alright, let me go empty this one out. Alright, that's another one I smashed it up. The peeler's not smashing my eggs. I'm doing it. I'm shaking them too hard in that thing. I learned a new lesson. Do not shake the shit out of quail eggs, because you'll smash them. One, two. Looks like I got at least 6 destroyed here. Hey Al, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. There's another one that's... Man, I really smashed the hell out of some of these. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mama Cookie. That's what I'll do with the damaged ones. Yeah, blind, I don't eat that hot stuff, man. I make it, but I sure don't eat it. And everybody says, oh, make them hotter, make them hotter. I made some pretty hot ones. Another one I destroyed. You like jalapenos, Al? But not too much? Yeah, I don't like them at all. Me and black pepper don't get along very well, so me and jalapenos don't either. I eat ghost chilies. They are seriously good for the blood, etc. Yeah, you can have those ghost chilies. You can have all that hot stuff, man. I destroyed a lot of these eggs by shaking them. Not a crazy amount, but a lot more than this egg peeler's ever damaged. And I was worried about the egg peeler getting damaged, damaging eggs. Never has. Capsaicin is a natural painkiller. You made deviled eggs the other day and your son ate them all? That's cool, Mama Cookie. Some good kale, spinach, tomatoes, goat cheese, quail eggs. Hell yeah. Of course, I only made a few of them. One time did the hot chip challenge and it was bad. The only drink that helped me was milk. Wild, Al. There's no way you could get me to do the wild chips challenge. Not even if you offered me $1 million, man. I would not try that. That would finish me off for sure. Lynn says, I love devil eggs. Hey, Wingspan, welcome in. I made pork tenderloin last night, Lynn. Blind says I could eat 2 dozen deviled eggs right now. So interesting. I ate a whole bag of those one chippies a few years ago when they came in a small bag. Yeah, we was all different. You're nuts, Jason. I don't know how you can ingest that stuff and still be alive. Pork tenderloin smashed out, rolled in egg wash, dipped in golden dipped chicken batter. No, we did ground. I took a bunch of saltines and crushed them with a rolling pin, and I used that for breading, Blind. And then I deep fried them. I'm too cheap to buy the breading mix, so just use the saltine crackers. Another one I smashed. Golden dip chicken batter is good. Never had it, Blind. I don't know anything about it. I've heard that a lot. Long story, I don't know how some people can only eat meat. I would die like a roach sprayed with Raid. The carnivore diet's not bad, Jason. I don't mind eating all meat. You know, you do get to eat other stuff like butter, eggs, but you're definitely healthier when your body's not converting all those carbohydrates to sugar. That's for sure. I got a fun mess to clean up today. Meat over rabbit food any day. Yeah, I'm with you, Blind. I'm not real big on salad and vegetables and all that. I mean, I like broccoli. Oh! See what happens? You don't pay attention? Alright, let me go get another glove. Yeah, I do dumb shit. Don't put your fingers down close to the rollers. Yeah, I wanted to get my finger, Lynn. Definitely wanted my finger. We're getting to the end though, so. Oh, my other finger, blind, my little finger on my left hand's doing really good. They put me on Clindamax, 300 milligrams for 7 days, and it looks pretty good, but I went in the other day and asked the doctor for 3 more days of antibiotics, so I'm going to go the full 10 days. And it should be healed. Yeah, it was blind. It was MRSA. Although none of the doctors here diagnosed it as that. I had another doctor diagnose it, and I had an online nurse practitioner call in the medication for me the first time around. The first guy diagnosed it as cellulitis with and gave me Augmentin for 10 days that did absolutely nothing. And then after 10 days, I ended up at 12 days going to the emergency room to make sure that I didn't have some crap called sepsis, which I didn't. Yeah, blind. They were saying the same crap before I got this clindamycin. They were saying it was vascular and they might have to remove the finger, and it's retarded. Bouncer says I just pushed a fart too hard and chunked up my underwear. Yeah, I got to be careful of that, Bouncer. With the clindamycin, they say it gives you diarrhea. I haven't had it yet, and I don't want it, so. All right, guys, we're almost finished with we did a little over 500 eggs. Once this is done. And I just got this big mess to clean up. It sucks too, now that Hag's been sick, I have to clean up my own messes. And it really sucks. I'm used to making a mess and leaving it. Yeah, adjust your focus. It truly is a magic machine. What a mess. I got a big mess to clean up there. Alright, let me get rid of this. man. That's right. I need something for that too. Get these broken eggs in here. You got to sanitize that machine with special solution. No, you just got to wash it. Stainless steel. Then it's got rubber things, so it's not real hard to clean. It's impossible for me to do anything, adjust your focus, without making a mess. I'm just a messy guy. What does the danger sign on the peeler say? It says, danger, rolling, keep hands and head away from operating machine, power off when maintenance. It tells you not to do exactly what I did. I got that glove too close. Although if you don't have a glove on, it won't grab your finger. But with a glove on, it'll grab your glove. Oh man. Well, that's what's left. We've done everything in the pot. So you can go in here. I gotta clean you up anyway, so let's get you off the counter. Into there. Well, people, I know horizontal sucks. And vertical. God, I can't even think anymore. I've gone mentally unstable. Vertical sucks. I know it's horrible to be in it. Yeah, definitely, Mama Cookie. Especially if you have gloves on. It's never grabbed me without a glove on, so. Jason says, that's a lot of found vittles, y'all. We are seeing important work here. Good, not found. Well, now the fun part comes. Now I have to take everything, put it in jars, make up the pickling solution, put that in, and then can everything. So, there's a lot of fun yet to come that I won't be doing tonight. And I won't be doing in vertical mode, I should say. I love my horizontal, where you can at least chat and I can read what's going on and it doesn't stall and then I can't catch up. And blind, if I had a smoker, I would. I want to do it real bad, but I haven't yet. I've got the smoking recipes, and I've got some good apple wood and some other things. So it just says have fun with it. The pickling process. It's not too bad. Adjust. I do it all the time. I think I'm going to do a whole load of bread and butter this time. Maybe a few jalapeno. I'm not sure, but it'll mostly be bread and butter because that seems to be what everybody likes is the sweet eggs. You're gonna smoke eggs this year? That's cool, blind. Yeah, you just put them in their shell, and it takes like 3 to 4 hours to do a quail egg. You smoke it and then you take it out and peel it and eat it. Man, it's really good. Which is really strange because you end up with a hard-boiled egg, but you don't use any water. It's pretty freaky, but they do taste really, really good, man. I was thinking about taking some and try to soak them in a spice solution first for like 24 hours, and after that, put them in and smoke them. I don't know if the spice will travel through or not through the shell. It may or may not, but that's something else I want to test out. Because right now we have the two sycamores who haven't given us any syrup, any sap to turn into syrup, and we have the maple tree that's just pouring it. And I've got like a bunch more maple trees, but I don't have any taps to put in the maple tree. So we've only got one maple tree tap so far, but it's putting out a really good amount of sap. And now with this cold spell, it should start again. Rye-tone, not tone, not through the shell, I wouldn't think, but I don't know. Well, the smoke flavor absorbs through the shell, Jason. When you smoke them, the smoke goes right through the shell to the egg. So I'm thinking that if, you might have to soak them longer than a day. I'm not sure. Should tap the trees for water for the chickens. I'd rather tap the trees and use it to make syrup, blind. Syrup without any, high fructose corn syrup or BHA or BHT or ethoxyquin or any other crap in it, man, is syrup I want to eat. Jason says rye-tone equals ghetto, right on. You can get syrup. Yeah, that's what I'm going for, blind. I'm going to turn it into syrup. It'll be hours of cooking that stuff down. Hours and hours of cooking it down. I did it a couple years ago, and I think I had like 5 gallons, and I think I got a pint of syrup is what I ended up with. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was really good. It was sycamore syrup. Bouncer says, I found a society of women that love tube steak smothered in underwear with a side of baby gravy. And I lost it. Jason says, no birch syrup. Nope, we don't have any birch trees here. Adjust says, oh boy, I never tried to make syrup. You should try it, Adjust. It's really easy. You just take what the tree gives you and you boil it down. And it becomes syrup. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. You're basically just evaporating the excess moisture to turn it into syrup. And then as it goes away, you got to be kind of careful so you don't end up burning it. But even if you burn it a little, it'll still be good. Can make sorghum syrup if you have the plants there all around here. I bought some of my favorite syrup, I think. Yeah, we don't have that here either, Jason. Blind says swipe down, they're making pizzas. Swipe up and they're making what? Swipe, swipe, swipe. I meant swipe up. Oh, okay. Swipe up and they're making pizzas. What are they making if you swipe down, Blind? Or doesn't it work that way? Adjust says I can't go up. Yeah, doesn't it only let you swipe one way? I don't know. I never watch verticals. I go verticals. I'll go verticals to throw a thumbs up, and I'll lurk for a minute or two in the cop watcher streams or auditor streams, and then after that, I've about had it with the vertical, and I'm out of there. Blind says it goes both ways. Someone is yelling about Trump being right. Okay. There's some crazy stuff on vertical, man. I got in the vertical loop one day and there was some fat guy shaving himself for money, and then he was putting cooking oil on himself for $5. It was ridiculous, man. Bouncer says, I made syrup out of syrup and I got sugar turds. Never again. Sweet, Bouncer. Alright, people, I think I'm going to kill this crappy vertical, and I promise next time I will not come back in vertical. I will go back in the regular horizontal, which is the best mode that I can go in. Because at least I can talk with the chatters and not get lost in it. Jason says, yeah, I'm not swiping on vertical anymore. I hear you. Me either. Seen too many crazy things on vertical. Alright, everyone. Take care. Thanks for coming to the most boring live stream ever in YouTube history and in the future. And hopefully we'll see you again. I don't know. I don't know if I'll come back tonight or not till tomorrow. But till then, take care, everyone. Thanks for coming. Peace. I'm out of here.